What's going on, guys? My name's Aaron, and thank you all so much for checking out the channel. Today we are going 1v1, man versus machine, me versus AI, more specifically Chat GPT. Now you're probably thinking, Aaron, how in the world are you gonna fish against Chat GPT? It ain't got no legs. And you'd be right. It's actually a pretty terrifying thought to think if Chat GPT had legs. Anyway, as many of you guys know, Chat GPT is an AI, or more specifically, a predictive text program. A lot of people use it for a lot of different things, but today I'm gonna have it pick 2 lures to fish against me with. The way I'm gonna separate the day is the first 2 hours, I'm gonna use the 2 lures that Chat GPT picks for me to fish with. The second 2 hours of the day, I'm gonna go ahead and pick my own 2 lures, and we'll see which lures do better. Let's go ahead and pull up Chat GPT and plug in some information. All right, so let's see. Right now it is 70 degrees, 87% humidity. That's fun. West-southwest wind of 5 to 8 miles an hour. All right, so let's head over to Chat GPT and see what it comes up with. Today I'm fishing for bass. It's July 4th. The water clarity is 15 feet. The temperature is 70 degrees. The humidity is 85, 87, I can't remember. I think it's 87%. Give me 2 specific lures to fish with. All right, let's see what it comes up with. Fishing in clear water, natural looking baits such as jigs, sinkos, crawls, or bait fish like swim baits are recommended. All right. Pretty good choices. So more specifically, it came up with a Senko and a crawl bait. All right, so Chat GPT has spoken. So I'm gonna tie on a Senko and a crawl bait. I'm gonna hit the water for the first 2 hours. Let's see what we can do. All right, so it is 7:27. We are on the water. I have a 6 Sense bongo tied on, and I have a Yamamoto Senko tied on. So we're gonna see what we can do with these 2 baits. I'm gonna set my timer here for 2 hours. All right, start it up. Time for predictions, guys. So my strategy with these 2 baits is shallow and deep. So I'm gonna take that Senko and toss that Senko up shallow. I have a pretty heavy weight on this bongo. The tail does give a good bit of kick, but I'm planning on fishing this in around 5 to 15 feet. And of course the Senko tossing that up shallow. Absolutely gorgeous day, got this wind. It is gonna thunderstorm later on and the humidity is gonna be pretty tough, but it's beautiful this morning. Take what I can get for right now. All right, let's make a run. Now the thing about the AI is it really didn't give us a deep bait to fish. Technically, you know, you can put a heavy weight on the crawl and fish it deep, but when I'm fishing these main lake points, it really didn't give me that good of suggestions for that. Now again, I didn't specifically ask for that, I just asked for 2 general baits, so it's kind of hard for it to know. So I won't spend too long on the points, but that is one thing that it missed. All right, last cast on this point, we're gonna move to the next one. Bass on the edge of the grass right there. Right where they're supposed to be. But again, I don't have a great way to target them. On to the next spot. All right, time to switch up the strategy. Try to do at least a little bit more justice to Chat GPT. So I'm gonna take this completely off. It's really done us no good so far. I'll show you guys what I'm cooking up here. All right, so still using the Senko, probably just not quite how I'd envision. This is called a power shot. So we have our regular hook on there, 17-pound test. This is only a 1/8 ounce weight here, guys, tungsten weight. But now we can try this out a little bit deeper, see if we can't get bit. On this one, we'll still stick with a weightless Senko, just so we can hit the backs of the cove, see if anybody's hanging out. What we've seen so far is with this clear water, these fish are not shallow. We're about an hour into Chat GPT's time and no bass so far. This is most likely a presentation those bass have never seen. I've fished the power shot before, but I've never fished it with a Senko, so very curious to see our results here. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. Power shot gets us on the board. Oh gosh, it's an absolute monster. The way the day's going, might as well measure. We got 11 incher. Woo! Chat GPT number 1, 11 incher. All right, let's get back in there. Like I mentioned, I was pretty sure they were out deep. You know, I just was not finding them shallow. It just seemed like deep was kind of the obvious thing. And he was sitting on the end of that point. I have a feeling we'll be able to catch some more in this power shot. It's a pretty steep bank here. You know, we're only sitting 25 feet off the bank, sitting in 20 feet of water, so this is pretty ideal. I would think we'd be able to pull a couple out over here. There we go, another one. There we go. On the power shot. So we got an 11. Let's see what this one is. Probably not much more, honestly. A 12. So 23 inches so far for Chat GPT. 23 inches. So main lake point and secondary point so far. Not surprising for a summer pattern. All right, guys, about 40 minutes left. Let's make a run real quick. We're gonna run into some of these main lake points. Toss this guy around. Finally some shade. Let's see, what do we got? What do we got? About 35 minutes left. Good bit of fish down there. 15 to 17 feet in the grass. I actually have some rock piles marked out here, so try to target these rock piles with this drop shot, see if anybody's home. Grass clumps are home, that's for sure. My goodness. All right, to the next spot. Can we get our third fish? That's the question. So we have about 20 minutes left. I'm at the last point that I'm gonna be fishing. Chat GPT has not been doing so well so far, I'll tell you that. It's been a tough morning. Had to switch over to the power shot to get a couple bites. Hopefully we can land one more. I'm pretty sure we're gonna be able to do that. But now I'm starting to think about what I'm gonna use for my 2 hours. And I think I have some good stuff in mind, but I wanna be fair to the AI and focus on this point for the last 20 minutes and see if we can't pick off a couple more. There we go. Number 3 is on. Number 3 is on. Oh, it spit it. It spit it. Probably the best one of the day too. Oh man. Nothing special, but dang, we needed that one. We needed that one, guys. See if we can cast back in the same spot and get another one. Man, again, nothing special, but geez, it hurts to lose that one. Thing I like about this power shot is even with that 1/8 ounce weight, it sinks very quickly to the bottom. So you're not wasting a lot of time waiting for the bait to fall. There we go. Stay on. Stay on. There we go. All right. Number 3. It's a long one relative to what we've been catching. There it is. Number 3 for Chat GPT. All right, let's see what we got here. So we're at 23 so far, and this one is 13, so 36. 36 for Chat GPT. Show you guys how clear this water is here. See you, buddy. All right, got a little bit more time, probably about 5-10 minutes. Let's see if we can call 36 inches. If we would have caught that other one too, we'd probably be maybe around 40 inches or so, but it's all right. That's all right. Try to cast back in the exact same spot up here. Are you gonna call? Let's see. I got an 11, 12, and 13 so far. Oh gosh. Let's see, 11, 12, and 13. Oh gosh. Well, I think he was gonna call anyway. He made the great escape on me. Got about 5 minutes left here. we go. Another one. It's a little bit longer. I think he might go 12. 12 and a half. So 12, 12 and a half, and 13. 12, 12 and a half, and 13. All right, that's time. 12, 12 and a half, and 13. So that is 37 and a half inches. Nothing big, didn't catch any good ones. We actually lost the best one that we had, but let's head to the shore for a couple minutes. I'm gonna actually tell you guys what Chat GPT did wrong. I'm gonna tell you guys the baits I'm gonna use. I'm gonna take a dip in the water, and then we'll get back to fishing. Let's talk a little bit about the two baits that Chat GPT picked. It ended up going with a Senko and a crawl bait, which are really good baits, especially for this time of the year, but I do have a couple criticisms. The first thing that I think it really missed out on is there was no search bait involved. Both baits it chose are slow moving baits. And when I come to the lake, typically I like to have two different types of baits on. The first one is a search bait, whether that's a topwater, a swim jig, a chatterbait, and the second is a slower moving bait, kind of like the Senko and the crawl that Chat GPT chose. So for the two baits I'm going to use, I'm going to correct that and use a search bait and a slow moving bait as a 1-2 punch. But first, it is extremely hot out here, so let's take a dip. Woo. Oh, woo. Much better. All right, we are back in action. Let me show you all the baits that I chose. First up is gonna be this little 2.8 inch Kitech on a ball head jig. I would have gone with a drop shot, but I felt like since I already used the power shot, it wasn't really fair to use that again. The next bait I chose, and this one was a little bit more difficult, I chose a Tokyo rig. So this comes through the grass really well. The reason why I had a hard time picking this bait is because I also wanted to throw a shaky head. I felt like the shaky head was a little bit more finesse presentation, and with the weather we have today, I felt like that would have been a better option, but I wanted to upsize a little bit, go with something a little bit bigger to see if we could get a bigger bite. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna toss this little swim bait around here on this flat that we were just fishing with the drop shot, see if we can't pick one or two off early. Our wind has completely died, so I really don't know if we're gonna be able to catch any fish right now, in this spot at least, but it's worth a try. Oh, I actually had a bass following it down there, okay. That's a good sign. Just nice and slow. Oh. Oh, don't know if that was a bass or grass. Wow, we were getting some followers on that thing. Okay, might have been a really good option. Launch this puppy. So I'm kind of down to about 6 feet out there. Just wanting it nice and slow. Little clouds, little wind. Typically that's a good combination for a moving bait bite. I think this bait was a really good choice. That single hook swim bait really excels when it's cold out. You know, when the pre-spawn is going right above that grass that's just growing up. But it also really excels in the summer when that bite's tough. If you're having trouble getting a bite, just downsize, and a little swim bait is excellent bait for that. We could get some consistent wind. I feel like the bite would probably pick up pretty well. There we go. First bite. Oh, he's a small guy. Small guy. But we're on the board. He's definitely not coming off there, that's for sure. All right. See what oh gosh. Come on, buddy. All right, so 11 inches. Little guy. So one bad thing about these little Kitech swim baits is they do not stay on the hook very well. They're not very durable, but man, are they fish catchers. Might actually run out depending on how undurable they are. So 11 inches, got that in about 10 minutes. Pretty good start to my time period. Worked very well. You got that thick grass out there. Oh man, if this freaking bait's already ruined on one fish, I'm gonna be extremely sad. I think it is. I think I just saw it come off the hook. Yep. Yep. All right, I'm gonna keep these because I can super glue those later on. Super glue them to the hook. Biggest issue with these little baits is, man, they are just not durable, but that's what gives them such good action. Another one. No offense, buddy, but I'm not gonna get a length on you. Beautiful colors. Gorgeous colors on him. That pretty guy. Get a release on that beast. All right, well, so much for the release. Let's go. Yes. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Oh my gosh, I've been working so hard for this fish, guys. Been working so hard for this fish. Tossing that Tokyo rig over a point. Oh man, guys, that stinks. I was literally just thinking to myself, whatever you do, don't let it flop off the boat. And it flopped off the boat. But it's okay. Let's see if we can get two more here. Probably about 11 or 12 incher. Wouldn't have done much for me, but it would have done something. He was just out deep. Probably 20 feet on this point. That seems to just kind of be the theme. They're not out shallow, out very deep. Off points, main lake usually. Sometimes secondary, but mostly main lake. We're just working our way back up to the first point where we started, see if we can't catch a couple more up there. But I did want to flip some stuff along the way. Really, I was just blind casting along this bank and that guy bit. That's probably what he was sitting on out there. Looks like some rock. I'm not sure if it's grass or rock, but sitting out there in 18 feet. So we're kind of putting together a pattern, I think. That's, you know, just fishing very deep. Fishing this Tokyo rig in about 20 feet of water. And we've lost one fish in the boat. There's a couple other fish that I believe we've gotten bites from. So that's good. You know, we kind of have a pattern down. Now it's just a question of whether to keep fishing deep or hit that point. You know, I know I'm gonna spend a little bit of time at the end of the challenge on that point, but the question is, do I just run there right now? Probably be the smart thing to do, at least get 3 on the board. It's the only way we're gonna win this competition, because even if I caught a 21 incher right now, 22 incher, we're still not gonna win. So we're gonna have to have numbers. Here we go. All right. I'm trying not to lose this guy. Let's see what we got. 12 and a half. I'm not going to count quarters. 12 and a half. So we have 23 and a half right now. 23 and a half when we lost one at the boat. Man, they're just so deep. It's crazy. Just ridiculously deep. Bite does seem to be getting a little bit better though, so that's the good thing. So we're at 23 versus 37 and a half. So 14 and a half incher will get us there, at least for a tie. Hoping to get a 2 or 3 pounder. That'd be pretty sweet. We could end it on that. All right, so naturally the GoPro dies. You guys probably saw that hook set. Little 13 incher. Let's get him back. So we're approaching the last spot of the day, which is actually the first spot of the day. And I figured up I need a 14 incher to win. So 14 inch bass right here. We're gonna toss the swim bait around a little bit. We really don't have much wind. I've actually been gaining some confidence with the Tokyo rig. You all saw I caught 3 or 4 on it. So I'm gonna start off with the swim bait, but might quickly switch over to the Tokyo rig if we're not getting bit. Oh man, literally got bit on the fall. Was not paying attention. Oh, don't you dare tell me. Oh my gosh. If I ruin my swim bait. Jeezy peasy, dude. One bite and the swim baits are ruined. Oh, big old crappie right off the edge, right on that drop off. Sad I lost him. Another crappie. Breeze is coming in. Gotta be closing on the end here. Need a 14-incher. Lost 2 crappie and I believe a bass here at the very end. Not really sure what's going on. My drag's not very tight whatsoever. Who knows, maybe it's too loose. Toss the Tokyo around a little bit more. Probably take us to the end. Uh-oh. Things just got quite interesting, guys. Things just got quite interesting. All right, guys, with time expiring, 13-incher. That was gonna put us at 38 inches and win us the competition. See you guys back at the ramp for recap. All right, that is gonna wrap it up. It was actually a pretty close challenge, 36.5 to 37, but humans are still superior. I think the AI chose a couple good lures in the Senko and the crawl this morning, but it missed out on a little bit of nuance. The first thing it did wrong was it picked 2 slower moving baits instead of 1 slower moving and 1 quicker moving bait. The second thing it did wrong was it picked 2 shallow baits instead of picking anything that would work deeper. When it was my turn, I tried to correct that. So the swim bait was my moving bait and the Tokyo rig was my bottom bait. I was also able to fish the Tokyo rig out a little bit deeper, which really helped. With that being said, thank you guys for coming along. I hope you all enjoyed the video and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next one.